We got everyone? Sweet. All right, we're going to go. Let me pull this guy out for you guys. Cool. How's everyone feeling? Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and run through. We're going to move on to our next section for the day. And, for the next section, I want to talk to you guys about values. So we're going to talk about, like, what do other people in our target market know that you need to know, right? So what I'm going to do in a second is I'm going to pull up a chart. And you don't need to copy it down yet, but in a second, we're going to copy this down. And, so who's our target market, guys?
30 to 60.
Yeah, so max, like soccer moms, right? Basically, soccer moms is our target market. So, basically what my objective here is you need to know what they know, right? If you're a Mercedes car salesman, think about it this way. Does a Mercedes car salesman usually drive a Mercedes? No, usually not. Okay, usually they drive, like, the old beat-up car that they have to, like, park around the back side of the lot because they don't want it, like, in their parking lot. Okay? But if that guy ever wants to, or girl ever wants to sell a Mercedes, they've got to put themselves in the customer's shoes. They got to understand their income level and, like, their background, what they're looking for and their needs. So it's going to be the same way for most of you guys. You've never bought a house before. You don't buy nice furniture for your house or any of that other stuff. But you got to put yourself into your customer's shoes, right? So here's the first thing you need to know, okay? There are always 3 levels of quality. So if I want to go buy a polo, right, I can go to Walmart and I can get myself a polo. Probably cost me like 20, 30 bucks. Now, it might not be like the most comfy thing in the world, but it's still going to be a polo. And I can wear it and, it might fall apart after putting it through the washing machine like, 10 to 12 times, but still going to be a polo, okay? And then that's going to be a low-quality polo. If I want to get maybe a medium-quality polo, I can buy something a little bit nicer. So I can go to, get something with a polo with a little horsey on it or a little whale, right? And, so I can get a, Ralph Lauren polo. It'll probably cost me like, $60, $70 maybe, depending where you get it. And it will still be a polo. It's going to be medium quality, so it's going to have better materials, right? It's going to feel nicer while I'm wearing it, but still going to be a polo. And then if I want to buy a high-quality polo, I can go to, like, go to, like, a Neiman Marcus, and I can buy, like a Gucci or a Versace polo. And it'll be a couple $100 for a polo, be fresh, look cool, feel really great while I'm wearing it. It's super comfy materials. It will last me a really long time, but it's going to be like $300 for a polo, and it's still going to be a polo, right? So whenever we're talking about most things, there's always different levels of quality. And when we talk about prices specifically, prices are based off of usually what is usually price based off, everybody? Quality specifically of what? Materials. Yeah, quality materials and the features that it has. So it's go figures. All of you guys know this, that if you want to buy a car, what's going to cost more money? The car with the cloth interior or the car with the leather interior? Leather interior, because it's got higher quality materials and features. It's going to cost more money. So it's the same thing with kitchen knives. So basically what we're going to do in a second, guys, is actually we'll do this right now. And this will be like the last of real notes I'm having you guys copy down today. But I want you guys to go ahead and copy this chart down. It's going to take you a couple minutes to get down. Right. Well, I want you to go ahead and take like 4 to 5 minutes to go ahead and get the stuff down here that's on that chart. Cool. And we will come back here in a second. Cool. So take like a few minutes, get all that stuff down, and we're going to write some stuff on top and around this here shortly. This will be like the last like real notes you take for the day. So I'll give you guys like 4 minutes or so to get that down. You guys, a couple minutes to finish that up. All right, last few seconds or so. Go ahead, finish it. Cool. You guys can move. Everyone's still copying down. Okay, let me go. So let's do, what we will do is okay. So no one's on the corner. Okay. So now everyone's got this chart down. What are most of the things that are on this chart, by the way? They're all types and categories of what? Materials. Yep, materials and features that something has. Now, by the way, as things for the home and the kitchen, where do people in our target market go to buy things? What kind of stores for like when things for the home and for the kitchen? Bars. Okay, Barnes and Noble. That's like a bookstore. So yeah, so not really. So not Bed Bath & Beyond. Let me hear some other answers. Okay, cool. Boom, there you go. Williams Sonoma, what'd you say?
Target.
Okay. So all right, let me clarify a couple of things. Right. So here's some stores that people in our target market, people like your parents, will probably go to. Okay. To buy things for the home, for the kitchen. Right. Think about department stores. Right. So Macy's, Sears, Nordstrom. Right. Neiman Marcus. Okay. Or okay, here's the number one place. I said it earlier, right? Williams Sonoma. Has anyone ever heard of that before? Okay. I hadn't heard of it before I started working here either, right? Williams Sonoma is the number one place in America to go to buy nice things for the home, specifically the kitchen realm. Okay. So they sell everything there: pots, pans, knives. They'll sell they'll sell like ornaments, some things. They have like Nespresso machines there. Like I bought one there for like that's the one I have in the office in my house. Like all basically anything that's nice for the kitchen or for the home. Okay. Now, Williams Sonoma is packed all the time. They're by far our number one competitor. Like you can go, there's like 3 or 4 of them in Miami. You go to any of those stores at any time of day, it's like going to Apple. I mean, like it is always packed all the time. And during like the holidays, you can barely like even walk in there because it like, and you just walk around and all that customers, all like middle-aged married homeowners, right? So they're our biggest competitor. Those are the people that, and specifically knives, we outsold last year by 130 million. They're the next best competitor. Now, okay, do people in our target market go to Walmart and Target or IKEA to furnish their home? No. Okay. Now, so you guys said that as the first initial thing that you thought of, which again, I mean, it's pretty normal and standard. I'm not like surprised by y'all saying that. Okay. Because when you want to buy things, furniture and things like that for your college dorm and stuff, where do you go? Yeah, Walmart, Target, IKEA. That's when I was a college student. Guess where I went? I went to the exact same places. That's all I bought, right? But what does mom know, right? That she's thinking about when she's purchasing those things. Like, why does she not go to Walmart or Target to go furnish her whole house?
She wants quality stuff.
Yeah, number one, they know that like quality is important. Like you get what you pay for. Okay. The second thing is she knows that if she goes to Walmart and buys that $300 maybe dinner table, piece of wood, what's gonna happen after like 10 family dinners? Yeah, it's going to start breaking and falling down, falling apart, and she's going to have to spend more money going back and getting another, it's not going to be quality to begin with. They're going to spend more money in the long run, right? I bought in a couple of things from Walmart for this office, and I regretted it instantly because within like 3 weeks of owning it, they were already broken. I had to go back and buy more, okay? So, again, guys, I know like some of y'all knew the exact store, some of y'all had no idea, but again, I realize most of y'all aren't our target market. You don't have kids. You're not going out and buying nice things for your home or for your house. So, but let's go ahead and go through this real quickly, okay? Let's go through some of these points. So, first thing, okay, is we'll go through the low quality section. So, talking about Chicago Cutlery. Chicago Cutlery is a very popular knife brand. It's an example of our low quality category. So, what we'll do is we're going to walk through an exercise, and every single time that we like something, we're going to give it a point, right? So, has anyone ever heard the saying or term MSRP?
Yeah.
You guys know what that stands for?
Manufacturer
suggested. Yep, manufacturer suggested retail price. Okay. Now, has anyone ever like heard that and like how the heck did they even come up with these numbers, anyways? Right. So let's say you're talking about cars. Here's what they do. Right. They are going to list out. They have a car. They're going to list out all the materials that are used to make the car and all of its features. So all the materials and features that it has. Then they'll take everything else in the market, things that are similar, a little bit better, a little bit worse. They list out all the materials and features that they have, right? Compare all the prices, find where it ranks, and that's generally speaking how they determine what the price should be or what the price of the item should be ranked at, okay? And that's how they determine like an MSRP or a value of the item. So things are based off materials and features that they have. So we're going to kind of like walk through an exercise where we'll do the same thing here with basically knives, right? So what we'll do is we'll walk down with through each point. If we like it, we'll give it a point. If we don't like it, we won't give it a point. Sound good? All right, cool. Let's fly through this. Ready? Chicago Cutlery. So wooden handles, do you like that?
No.
No. Brass rivets, do you like that? No. Okay. Full tank construction, do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Stainless steel, do you like that? No. Straight edges, do you like that? No. Okay. Have the sharpen after every use, do you like that? No. Okay. Not dishwasher safe, do you like that? No. Okay. Not made in the USA, do you like that? No. Okay. And you have to replace it all the time, do you like that? No. Okay. So a Chicago set of cutlery is a 1 point. I'll write it up here, right? So I'll do it.
What's DWS?
Dishwasher safe. Okay. Yep. So a Chicago set of cutlery is a 1 point set of knives. Okay. And a 1 point set of knives is going to run you about $200. Okay. That's on average what a set of Chicago cutlery costs. Now, that's still pretty cheap for a knife set. Okay. That you can go get cheaper, by the way, too. If you go to like Walmart sometime or Target, you can probably find one for like $70 to $100 for a full knife set. But what is it not going to have? Specifically, full tank, right? Okay, so like just by having that one thing, it's twice the metal, twice the material, it's twice as expensive. Okay, still cheap compared to like the other ones we're about to go through, but it's going to be a little bit more expensive than if it didn't even have it didn't have any points at all. You can find it for like 70, 80, $90. It's very, very cheap to make and manufacture. They're just pumping it out. Cool. So that's Chicago Cutlery, right? Chicago is low quality brand. It is the equivalent if we were talking about cars. It's like getting a Honda, a Toyota, a Ford, meaning like this is what most people have. This is the most common things to be owned by Americans is like something like Chicago. It's a low quality brand. It's very, very common. Most people have something like that, okay? Your next one we'll talk about is, so our medium quality, we have something like Wushoff or Henkel's. These are the types of brands that you can find inside of Williams-Sonoma. So you can buy these types of brands there, right? So first off, medium quality, Henkel's, okay, and Wushoff. So this is kind of like the medium quality, like the BMW, the Lexus, right? This is not like the Rolls-Royce or the Ferrari of knives, but they're still like good, okay? So let's go ahead and walk through these points. So the first one, polypropylene.
No.
Hold on, let me explain this, okay? So there are actually several qualities of plastic. There's several like levels and grades of plastic. So you have your plastic like what you find like a little plastic baggie. Then you have like plastic kind of like maybe like rubber, like I don't know, like a little dish or something like that too, like a rubber, like plastic kind of material. And then you have like a hard plastic, which is like the cheap quality plastic on most knives. Then you have a harder, stronger plastic, which is like what you would find in or on a cooler, right? Or like on the outside of a cooler, like with a hard top. And then you have even higher qualities of plastic. So you have something like the plastic you find in the back of an NBA backboard. That is also a type of grade of plastic. Then you have even higher quality plastic than that, and it's something called polypropylene. Polypropylene is the same thing that we use like in our cutting boards. It's a very high grade plastic. It's mostly antimicrobial by design. So for the most part, it doesn't really absorb moisture, bacteria, or germs. So it is sanitary. It's not the best, but it's still a very high grade, high quality plastic. Okay. And the grade above that is something called thermoresin, right? And thermoresin is the highest grade, highest quality. It's not really, it's kind of can fall into the plastic category. It's not really like a plastic, but it's a type of resin, and I would kind of put it in that category. So to kind of just going through this, are you guys cool with giving like polypropylene like half a point? Can we do that? Cool. All right. So let's give that half a point. Nickel silver rivets, do it like that. Yep. Full tank construction, do it like that.
Yes.
Yep. Surgical steel, do it like that.
Yes.
For sure. Okay. Straight edges, do it like that. No. Okay. Have to sharpen after every use, do it like that. No. Not dishwasher safe, do it like that. No. Not made in America, do it like that. No. Have to sharpen or have to replace all the time, do it like that. No. Okay. So a Wushoff or Henkel set of knives is a 3.5. Okay, so 3.5. Put it right here. Okay, point set of knives, and a 3.5 point set of knives for a starting medium quality. Pretty much anything you'll find in Williams-Sonoma for a set is going to run you about $1,500. Okay, that is most of what you'll find if you walk into Williams-Sonoma or Macy's or anything else. Is it storming outside? Yeah. Well, Williams-Sonoma, Macy's, or anything else like that. Okay. Now, $1,500 sounds like a lot, right? Okay. So here's what I want to kind of put in perspective for you guys, right? Your perspective on money changes a lot as you get older, right? So like, let me put it this way. First off, if you all had $1,500 in your bank account right now, how would you feel?
Excellent.
Most of y'all are like, feel pretty good, right? Most college students are like, you know what, Andrew? I could just have like $1,000 in my bank account, everything would be okay, like I can get through the semester, right? Like we'd make this, we can do this, okay? Let's turn the tables, right? If mom had $1,500 in her bank account right now, how would she feel? Yeah, she'd be freaking out. She'd be like, on the ground in a fetal position, being like, dude, how the heck am I gonna pay for anything? Like at all, okay? So your perspective on money changes a lot as you get older. Like think about it this way, right? So like when you're 5th grade, I don't know, or elementary school, you get a letter in the mail. You open it up, it's your birthday, you just got $5. How do you feel? Yeah, you're like, dude, mom, drop me off at the dollar store, I'm going to town. Like, you're ready to ride, okay? And then you get a little bit older, you have a little more, you grow up a little bit, get more mature, have some more life experiences, and you get into middle school, and it's not about $5 anymore, it's about $20, right? So, and I remember in middle school being like, got in $20, I'd be like, I can go see a movie and get popcorn, right? And I'm like, all right, this is awesome, okay? So $20 maybe is a big deal, and then you get a little bit older, you have a little bit more like life experiences, you grow up, then you get into high school, and then $20 gets you like half of a tank of gas to school that day, okay? And then it's not about $20, it's about how much? Yeah, probably like $100, right? And I remember when I was in high school, like having $100 was like cool. I was like, all right, cool, I got $100. I could probably have like a cool weekend or buy something cool with it. I don't know, do something, right? Maybe a little bit more for some of you guys, okay? And then you grow up a little bit older, right? You get a little more experiences. You graduate and you go to college, and then it's not about $100. Like $100 gets you half of a textbook for that semester, right? And then it's not about $100. It's about $1,000, right? You're spending $1,000 on tuition every single. Probably not even you, but you're spending $1,000 like just going out for the semester and things like that too. So and then you get a little bit older. You have a little bit more life experiences. You graduate. Maybe let's say you go to get your first job out of college. You graduate. You move back to the Miami area, or you stay in the Miami area. Okay, and now it's time for you to get your first apartment, right? So, does anyone know the average price of a 1-1 to rent in Miami? Any guesses? All right, so it's about $1,500 starting line. Okay, it is going to be very, very challenging to find anything in the whole Miami-Dade area for like less than $1,500 a month if it's like a 1-1, right? I'll give you guys an example. Last year, when I ran a branch office down here, I was only down here for the summer. I was trying to be really frugal with my money. I want to save up as much money as possible. So I live in a townhouse with 4 other people. I paid $900 a month, okay, for 1 room in the house with 5 other people, and I negotiated that. And this is like 5 miles down the road. It's not like anywhere nice, okay. And I had to negotiate them down to get that price. Right now, it's for like 3 or 4 months. So $1,500 about the starting line that you're gonna pay for anything in Miami. If you live in like Brickell or downtown, change that starting price to like $2,500, and that's for not really anything like that nice. Okay. Now you don't have credit history. Okay, you just graduated college, so you're gonna pay first month's, you're gonna pay last month's, and you're also gonna put down a what? Security deposit, which is gonna be equal to another month. So even if you're getting like a really, really like just average starting line, $1,500 a month, you're writing a check right after you graduate college for $4,500 just to move in that day. Now, does that cover next month's rent? No. Does that cover electricity that month? No. Does that cover? Sometimes it'll cover water. Does that cover any of the furniture you're putting in your apartment? Nope. This is not a college town. Does not come pre-furnished. Okay. So so you have to do all that stuff, right? And you just graduate college. Then you get a little bit older, you get a little more life experiences, you grow up, mature a little bit. Now you want to go buy, your first house. Maybe you got married, maybe you got a promotion in your job, okay? You go to buy your first house. Does anyone know what the average price of a home is in South Florida? Okay, no. So it's not that much. Now there's a lot of homes in South Florida at $800,000. It's $275,000 is the average in South Florida, about $300,000. The national average is $225,000. Okay, this is including the smallest income housing. Okay, that there also is too. So $275,000. Like if you live in the smallest house in all of the Miami-Dade area, right? Like you basically live in like a shack. Your house is probably at least $200,000 at a bare minimum. Okay, if you live somewhere like Coral Gables, probably the cheapest house there is $500 on up. If you live like in Pinecrest or anywhere else too, you guys can do some quick math in your head. So and that's just even if you live in one of the smallest houses in Miami. Okay, here's why I know, by the way, everyone on your list that you brought in today, if they live in a house, they could afford Cutco if they wanted to. Do you guys know how much of a down payment you have to put down on a house when you purchase it? What percent? Okay, so it's 30%. Or if you have the federal government sponsors you with the first-time home buyers discount, you can put down a 20% down. So they're saying if you live in one of the smallest houses in Miami, you paid your house is worth $300,000. You put down 20%. Your parents wrote at least a check for the day they moved in for $60,000 plus dollars. Okay, at least just to move in that day. If you live anywhere else, you can do the math in your head. Okay, and that was just to move in that day. Did that cover like next month's mortgage payment? Nope. Did that cover their closing costs for their realtor? Nope. Did that cover that year's property taxes? Nope. Okay. Did that cover any of the furnishings that they put on inside the house? No. That was just to move into the house that day. Okay. So here's the deal, guys. As you get older, like your perspective and like on money changes a lot. Like when you're probably young, your parents probably had like a coffee table, and I remember you putting the drinks on the coffee table, and your mom would probably get mad and slap them off, and like put a coaster down or something like that, and you just do it anyways, right? But does anyone know why she would get so mad? Do you guys know how much like that coffee table probably costs? How much do you guys think a coffee table probably costs? Like a nice one. It should be about $1,000 starting price for like a minimum, like not even a nice one, right? $1,000 for about a coffee table. You're paying $300 for a coffee table from Walmart, right? So if you go anywhere else other than Walmart, it's about $1,000 starting line for a piece of wood with 4 legs on it that just sits there and does nothing, right? So just going through as we go through examples moving forward, as we go through prices, right? You know, you got to take yourself out of your shoes and put your shoes into the shoes of the target market, right? So the rest of training and really the rest of the time while you work here, I need you guys to not act, think, or speak like a college student. Okay, some of you aren't even in college yet, so really, you know, go up here with me right on this one, all right? So let's go ahead and walk through Cutco's points. So Cutco, we'll just go down the list, right? Thermoresin, do we like that?
Yes.
Yeah, nickel silver rivets, do you like that? Yeah, full tank construction, do you like that?
Yes.
Yeah, surgical steel, do you like that?
Yes.
For sure. Double D edge, do you like that?
Yes.
Yep. You stay sharp for at least 10 years, do you like that? Yep. It's dishwasher safe, do you like that? Yep. It's all American made, do you like that? Yep. And you don't have to replace it, do you like that? Yeah, okay, cool. So a Cutco set of knives, right, is a 9-point set of knives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Okay. And a 9-point set of knives. Okay. So no, by the way, before I continue on, all right. I don't know about all of you, but for me, I remember when I was sitting in training and my manager was going over this information, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, all right, cool. So you're telling me this. You're telling me that the product that I'm about to go out and sell is clearly like 3 times better than the absolute best stuff that you can buy in stores, right? So for me, light bulbs were going off. Hopefully some things are clicking there for you, right? Now, if it is 3 to 4 times better, 3 to 4 times more expensive materials and features, you'd expect the price to be what? 3 to 4 times the price, right? So if we're talking $1,500, we'd be talking how much for a set of Cutco? Yeah, 4, 5, 6. Let's call it $4,000. Okay. So you guys can write down $4,000. Okay. Now I'll let you know too, guys. It's not quite $4,000, but even if it was, guys, people would still buy it for the same reason that people buy nice shoes and nice bags and nice cars and nice everything else. Okay. But you know, even with that too, let me show you guys for like a family why $4,000 is really not that big of a deal for anyone in our target market. Okay. So first off, you have the 5 pay, which means what? You can divide this up into how many payments? 5, so it'd only be how much?
150.
Okay, yes, so 800. Okay, here, look, everywhere I go, I see 12 to 13-year-olds, right, walking around with a pair of like Beats by Dre headphones, right? How much do those cost?
$300.
Yeah, $300, right, depending on which ones you get. And you know, so half of one of the payments on here, and these kids are like 12, 13 years old, and they probably lose them all the time. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a second. Okay. You know, so keep that in mind initially beyond that 5 pay. But let me also show you why this is no big a deal. Yeah, go ahead and pull out your cell phones real quickly. Okay. So pull out your phones, get out your calculator. So before I go ahead and show you a comparing example too, let's just talk about what you guys spend money on, right? So I don't know. Okay, so who in here knows someone that owns an iPhone X? Okay, who in here knows someone that owns an iPhone 7 or 8? All right, cool. What percentage of high school students in America would you say own an iPhone?
It's like 90.
Yeah, 90%. The other 10% own what? Android. Okay, so you're telling me this. You're telling me that 90% of high schoolers in America are walking around with, how much does an iPhone X cost? $5. Are walking around with about $1,000 phone in their pocket on them at all times, and $1,000 phone that they probably lose, break, or replace every single year. Okay, and obviously only one kid in the family has a phone, right? Everyone else doesn't get one. Okay, they probably have multiple kids, right? So think about this for a second, guys. Is $4,000 really that big of a deal for a family? Probably not. Okay, check this out, right? Okay, let's talk about what are some other things that just you all spend money on.
Jewel pods.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So how much does a jewel pod cost? 17, 11. All right. How many of those do you buy a week?
2.
Okay. Cool. So what is that? $30 a week?
No, it's $17 a week on like 80 a month.
Okay. All right. 80 a month times that out times 12 months. How many? What is that? Okay, that's about yeah, $960. Okay, so you guys find a way to spend over $1,000 a month, $1,000 a year on Jewel Pods. Okay. How about all right? So you mentioned food. Okay. How about food? This is a good example. Who in here knows someone? And think about high school too. You know someone, or you're comfort of this yourself, right? And you're in high school, and they have all their meals covered at home. Like if they just want to go home, they can eat there anytime they want. Okay, but they still find a way to go out and eat some fast food, like 5 days a week. Who in here knows someone like that? Okay, probably a lot of you guys, right? Here's the math on that, right? If they spend $6 on average for those meals, which by the way, what are you buying for $6? Yeah, like McDonald's. Okay. If you spend $6 a meal, 5 meals a week, okay, you're spending about $2,400, excuse me, a year just on food, okay, on fast food. That's if you're spending $6 on average per meal. If you're like a high roller and you get some Chipotle, it's even more, right? So you guys can do the math in your head. You're in high school and all your meals are already covered, and you're find a way to spend $2,000 plus just on fast food each and every single year. Okay. How about this? What are some other things you guys play? Who in here plays sports? Okay. Who in here knows someone that does like a hobby like snowboarding or something like that? Okay. If you want to go snowboarding, right? How much does a snowboard cost?
Like,
I know.
It's a couple $100, right? All the way up to $1,000. Okay. And then you're gonna get boots, right? How much are those gonna cost? Yep, $300, right? How much is the helmet gonna cost? $200. How much your gloves cost? Yeah, maybe like less than $100. Cool, yeah. And then everyone in Miami has a lot of ski clothes sitting there on racks. They don't have to buy anything new, right? No. So how much do your clothes cost?
Like $500 for a jacket.
Yeah, probably for the whole thing. Maybe if you go balling on a jacket, but probably just like $100. Whatever. You got all your ski clothes now, okay? And then there's a lot of mountains in Miami, so so you always have that fly out. Let's say you go to Colorado. How much does a flight to Colorado cost? Yeah, maybe $500, $600, $700, depending what time of year you go. And then when you get there, obviously all of your lodging is free, right? How much is your like staying at the resort cost for 3 days? 3 days, 1 weekend. So let's say it's $200 a night. Okay, let's call it $600, right? And then all your you usually get food while you're there too. And then the ski lifts are free, right?
No.
Yeah, how much is it per day on the ski lift?
It's like
Okay. Yeah, exactly. About $150 if you're in Colorado. If you're in North Carolina, maybe it's like $80 or something like that. And that's per day. Okay. And then so that's already at a couple $1,000s for the trip. And obviously, if they like to snowboard a lot, they go maybe once every year, maybe a couple times. Okay, throughout the year, right? And by the way, that's just like that's like something like snowboarding, right? Which not even a lot of people down here do. How about who knows someone that plays on or like let's talk about a sport like soccer. Right? How much do cleats cost? Cool. And if you're a really good soccer player, you're only going to buy one pair of cleats, right? Okay. And then does anyone know someone that plays for a club or travel soccer team? Yeah. Okay. Do you guys know how much it costs to be on some like the good teams, soccer teams in Miami a year? Yeah, okay. It's usually a couple $1,000s for the starting line for club teams. If you're on any of the very good teams in Miami, it's $5,000 to $10,000, sometimes $10,000 plus before travel just to play on the soccer teams. Okay, that is also not including, like I said, your travel expenses and the other stuff that you're paying on top of that, right? Who in here knows someone that plays like a sport like I don't know lacrosse, right? I'm not even gonna go through sports anymore. How about this? Who in here knows someone that goes to private school? Okay. Yeah. How much does private school a year cost? $10,000 starting all up to $50,000 a year. And then obviously only one kid goes to private school. Everyone else goes to public, right? It's like, hey, we pick the one kid and everyone else gets sent to public schools. No. Okay. So and that's just on you. This is just the money that you all spend, right? Guys, is $4,000 like a huge deal to a family? No, probably not. Okay. Now, yeah, probably feels like it to you, right? Until then you look how much you're spending on Jewel Pods. All right, now here's the deal. Let's look at adults, right? So go ahead and pull out your calculators. Let's walk through this. Let's talk about adults, what they spend money on, right? So let's just walk through 1 or 2 rooms in the house, okay? Add this up on your calculator, right? So let's think about the first room in the house, kitchen, right? What's in the kitchen? We have a refrigerator. Does anyone know how much a nice refrigerator costs? Okay, all right. Oh my gosh. All right. Go to Sears, okay? Sears will be the cheapest refrigerators you can get. And they're about to go out of business because they're so cheap. The cheapest refrigerators you will find there are about $800 to $1,000, right? If you go to anywhere else, it's going to be about $2,000 to $3,000 for the average refrigerator. Now, does anyone know someone that has a refrigerator that has like 2 doors that open up like this?
Yeah.
Okay, those ones are about $3,000 to $4,000. Does anyone know someone that owns a Sub-Zero fridge? Okay, those ones are about $5,000 to $10,000 on the low end. Okay, does anyone know someone that has like a refrigerator that has like it looks like kind of like cabinets and you open it up and it's like kind of looks like cool? Okay, $10,000 plus starting, right? And that is for like a custom cabinet refrigerator or whatever you have there, right? That's just a refrigerator. Now, by the way, generally speaking, people don't usually equate something like a refrigerator with like knives, but how often do you touch a refrigerator?
Every day.
Yeah, you use every day. How often do you use knives? Every single day, okay? Let's think about other things that are in the kitchen. Countertops. If I want to put marble, glass, or granite countertops, how much is that going to cost me? Okay, so the $10,000 minimum. Minimum. If you have, it depends on the square footage, but like if you have a very tiny and small kitchen and you redo it, it is $10,000 minimum. Okay, that is well, you get the cheapest granite, glass, or marble you could possibly find. It's $10,000 minimum. All right. If you have a bigger kitchen, if you have an island, if you have like any higher grade or like special granite or anything else like that, guys, it's usually gonna be like $30,000 to $40,000 plus just to replace like your countertops, right? Think about the cabinetry. I'm not even gonna go there. Think about what else is in the kitchen. Okay, stove. How much does the stove cost? About $1,000. You can buy one for a lot more expensive too. But let's say it costs another $1,000. Then you maybe got your washer and dryer in another room. How much do those cost? Yeah. Okay. Maybe you spend $1,000 on the combo together. Microwave. Get for the range. All right. What else is in the kitchen? How about a dining room table? Does anyone know how much a nice dining room table costs? The average dining room table is about $1,000 to $3,000. Okay, if you buy a nice one, it's gonna be anywhere between 5 to 10. I know a lot of people that have $25,000 plus dining room tables, right? You'd be surprised. Again, just flip on HGTV and watch it for like 1 hour, right? I was watching the other day, and these people, their home was $350,000, and they spent $30,000 on, or it's like $26,000 on a door for the house. Okay. Now, it was a nice door, don't get me wrong, but it was like a piece of wood with an iron rod on it, and they paid $26,000 for that piece of wood, all right? And that's just the kitchen, right? Let's talk about how about the bedroom? How much does a mattress cost, guys? Okay, yeah, so $300 if you get used on Craigslist. If you go to like Mattress Depot or like any mattress store, it's gonna be about $1,000 if you buy Tempur-Pedic or any of those ones that like move, or any other like nice custom mattress, like you're looking at $3,000 plus. And then obviously you just take the mattress you put it on the floor, right? No, it's probably gonna go in a bed frame, and how much is that gonna cost? Depending on what it was, could probably obviously range, right? And then that's the only things you put inside the room. There's no other furniture, right? Okay, maybe let's say you put a TV in there. How much is a nice like flat screen TV? Yeah, $500-$600, right? And then there's only one of those in every house. Okay, how many of those are in the average house? Yeah, 3 or 4. Okay, maybe one in each bedroom and one outside, right? It's a little bit bigger. Okay, cool. Multiply that number of times. How many bedrooms are usually in the house? You guys are happy already, not even. You guys don't even have calculators, right? Here's the point. Okay, I think you guys are starting to get the idea. Things in the homes don't cost hundreds; they cost what? Thousands. Okay, and people spend more money on just the interior of their home than they usually do on the home itself. Right? And some of you guys were shocked when we started talking about prices of homes in general, okay? So, when it comes, like I said, for adults, for families, $4,000, like that big a deal? No, they spend that every single year on their house and getting new additions and things like that all the time. There you go. All right, let's talk about this real quickly. So let's go through prices. So if you went to like Williamsonoma.com or to the store, here's what you'd kind of be looking at. So Wusthof and Henkel's is probably the most popular. Schoen is probably slightly better. It's a little more expensive than these ones, but Wusthof is like a German brand. Henkel's is probably the lower end of the medium quality. Schoen's like the highest end of the medium quality. I'd say like bottom line, high quality, okay? So let me walk you guys through the prices. These are right for the website. You can go check these out later if you want. Now, Williams-Sonoma usually has the best deals and discounts. So like actually have better prices than most stuff at Macy's. Believe it or not, Macy's has awesome deals usually. But so we'll into someone that has good deals. So that's why you can see here. So this is for, by the way, the ones that I'm showing you, these are all sets that are comparable to like our homemaker set, okay, which is this one right here, the one we just talked about. The homemaker set is the most popular set that we sell. By the way, the ones I'm showing you, they're also most popular sets, just because like there's always people that buy a lot more and people that buy a little bit less. But for the most part, this is like the most common average amount of knives to kind of have in your set. So for this one, it's about $26.55 for a Henkel set, or $1,600 on sale. For a Wusthof set, it's $3,325, or about $2,000 on sale. For a Schoen set, it's about $4,085, or like $2,800 on sale. If you get something like a little bit bigger, you know what I mean, like with the 2 or 3 extra knives, you pay $3,500 for it on sale, or $5,048 is the regular price. Okay. Again, some of this is like probably crazy, some of you guys, but walk into Williams-Sonoma and just watch how many people walk out of this every single day out of the store. Okay. So, you know, let's actually move on real quickly here. Okay. So talk about low quality. I'm going to turn this off for a quick second. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. So here's what you want to put down in your notes. Okay. I'm going to talk about just selling sets in general. Okay. So there are several reasons why customers want to get sets. Okay. First off, it doesn't matter what set you sell them as long as you sell them a set. Okay. So there's 4 reasons you want to sell sets. Now, by the way, most customers won't really understand this stuff. So like a lot of times you have to like tell them, you have to explain this stuff to them because they don't intuitively know all the stuff that you know, right? So a lot of times they're like, oh, but I really want to get this. But so sometimes you have to be like, all right, let me break it down for you and show you like this is probably a better deal. Okay, it makes more sense. So several reasons you want to get sets. First off is they're going to have the right tool for the right job. That's the most important. Okay. Cutco is designed to solve a what? Problem. Okay. So if a customer buys, you know, 1 or 2 knives, they're not really solving a problem, right? They're solving like imagine a customer like, oh man, when I cut tomatoes, it's freaking awesome. And when I cut everything else, it sucks. You know, it's like, it's only like solving like a little part of it, right? So, you know, first off, it's just important for having the right tool, right job for safety and efficiency. But also think about it this way, okay? If you sell a customer 1 knife, let's say you sell them a paring knife. A paring knife is designed for the what? For air. Okay, cool. Awesome. So you want to use it in contact with the cutting board? No. Okay. So if a customer buys a paring knife, right, and just a paring knife, what is going to be the sharpest knife in their house? Paring knife. Okay. All right. And so is a paring knife designed to cut up like meats or like big vegetables? No. Okay. But what's going to be the sharpest knife in their house? Paring knife. And so what is that customer going to use on everything? The paring knife. And what's going to happen to that paring knife very, very fast? Yeah, it's just going to get beat up and jacked up, you know, pretty fast. It's not going to work as well as it should. And what's that customer going to think about Cutco? I don't think it's garbage. It's still the sharpest knife that they have in their house. So their thing is like, meh, you know, they're not going to really be impressed. They're just like, yeah, you know, whatever, okay. You know, for the price, and like, you know, whatever, okay. So it's important. You want to have customers get sets. It doesn't matter. We have a wide range of sets, okay. Doesn't matter what set you give them as long as you give them a set. They need to have the right tool for the right job. Okay, so again, you know, they all do the same thing, but you want to make sure you're actually solving the problem, not like, hey, here's a knife that you can sweep to cut up small things in the air and you can't use anything else. Okay, so right tool for the right job. Second thing, okay, is the sets come with a built-in discount, so they're a whole lot cheaper than buying individual tools or pieces. You know, so think about it. Like I said, yeah, it's just a whole lot cheaper. Like customers, most of them don't realize that. A lot of times customers will be like, oh, I don't really need that knife or that knife in the set. But if they piece it all out, it ends up being more expensive a lot of times than just buying like just getting the tools and just having them as a backup if they don't really use them that much. Third reason, okay, is it comes with a safe storage option. So the knives come with like a solid wood safe storage option. Okay, so the knives come with a block or a tray. Okay. So first off, it's nice for customers. Customers they usually like put it on their countertops. Like it looks nice in their kitchen. So that's cool, and people like to show it off. It also doesn't really make sense. Like imagine buying really high quality, nice, expensive knives, and then you put them in the block with all the rest of the junk. It's like kind of like buying Ferrari rims and then putting them on your Honda. It just doesn't really make sense. Okay. So number one, it's cool to show them off. Even if they don't want to show them off, even if they want to put them in the counter, whatever. if you sell a customer really sharp knives and she just has them floating around the drawer, what's going to happen one day when Miss Jones goes to reach in that drawer and she goes to pull it out? Yeah, she's going to cut herself, right? And I never wanted to be the reason that, Mrs. Jones is going to the emergency room because I sold her really sharp stuff without anything to put it in. So you want to make sure that your customers have a block or a tray or something to store their knives in safely, guys. That's a pretty important aspect. I mean, if I was like a gun salesman, I wouldn't sell someone a gun without like a safe for a safety lock or something on it, right? So exactly, cool. All right, next one. Okay, so that's the third thing is they have a safe storage option. So the fourth thing is they come with free stuff. So they come with like free stuff, like a free cutting board, free sharpener for your straight edges. They come with well, I'll talk about the other free stuff we can get in a second. Cool. So you have the right tool for the right what? Job, right? It comes with a built-in discount, right? It also comes with a safe storage option, and then it also comes with what? Free stuff. Cool. You guys got it. Flip over your manuals to page 8 and 9. And I'll go ahead and have, let me get Andrea, you can read at the top of page 8.
Summary. Mrs.
Sorry.
Jones.
Oh, sir, wait, what the heck?
It's kind of weird. Just like,
Do this. Wait, really? Yes.
yeah, like,
Are they like just taped together?
it's weird. It's like half a page. Whatever.
I've never seen that.
And then like
we can do another one now. Yeah, you're just gonna transfer some of those over, but you can do another time. But we gotta get us in one meantime. You're the same thing. Yeah. Let me get you guys two extra ones. That's weird.
Cutco save here over something.
Cool. All right, cool. Just use that for now, and then you can transfer your notes over a little bit. Cool. So, all right, Andrea, you want to read top of page 8?
Mrs. Jones, let me review why so many people chose to invest in Cutco. You'll always have sharp American-made knives that are comfortable, safe, and sanitary. Cutco is guaranteed to last forever, so it'd be the last set of knives you'd ever buy. And Cutco saves a lot of money. Most customers who buy Cutco eat out less. If that saves $60 a month, it's $720 saved this year. Over 25 years, you'll save $18,000.
Okay, guys, if a customer purchases Cutco, do you think that they might eat in or not eat out one more time that month? Probably. Okay, let's say it's not even that often. Let's say it's 5 times the whole entire year. Voila, your set's paid for itself. Okay, and you guys got the idea. Cool. $720 say this year. Over 25 years, it's $18,000. That's just a cool whatever stat to share with customers. Keep going.
There are several reasons why so many customers choose sets. Cutco sets have the right tool for the right job. Cutco sets have a built-in discount, so it's cheaper. Sets come with a free cutting board and other free stuff. Sets are much safer because they come in a block or tray. And you have interest-free monthly investment options, so you don't have to pay for it all at once.
Cool. Sound familiar to anyone?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, let's keep going.
Selecting the best option. When it comes to high-quality cutlery, it's like anything else. There's a wide variety of quality and prices. Cutco is top-rated, so we only compare to the highest quality brands. Turn to
Yeah, you're
I have
good. This page.
I have a price comparison for our top competitors, Westhoff and Shun. Have you heard of them before?
Yeah. Or they'll say no, or it doesn't really matter. Keep going.
These high-quality sets made overseas are 2 of the top-selling brands in stores.
Stop right here, okay? When we talk about competitors like this, okay, do you think we want to bash them or build them up?
Build them up.
Build them up, okay? Here's why, okay? If you are a Ferrari salesman and someone pulls into your lot with a BMW, are you going to sit there and bash BMW and tell them all the reasons why their car sucks? No, okay? You're not going to do that. Like, in fact, you do the opposite. You'd be like, hey, I can tell you're already someone that appreciates value. What do you like about driving a BMW? Okay, awesome. Yeah, BMW does a great job. They have this feature. They have this material that they use. They have this feature, this feature, this feature. Have you ever driven a Ferrari, though? Okay, cool. So instead of this we have this. Instead of that, we have this. Instead of that, we have this. Does that make sense to everybody? So you're building up. You're almost like building up the competitors and like, look, this is an awesome. Here's the difference, okay? Now, does like BMW, Mercedes, and Lexus kind of all like pass each other a little bit? Yeah, because they're on like a similar playing field. Does that make sense? Like Honda, Toyota, like they're all going to back each other. But if you show up in like a Honda at BMW, they're not going to be like, oh yeah, well Honda sucked because blah blah blah. Like they're not going to go off on that too. Like it's pretty apparent that it's like a different playing field, and they know that too. Does that make sense to everybody? So it's the same thing for us. We want to build up our competitors, right? All right, keep going.
Each brand has different types of sets which range in price. Wusthof is the most popular. The price for this Wusthof set is
okay. Everybody say Wusthof, by the way. Wusthof is the German brand. Okay, so the price for the Wusthof set that's in here you can write down as $3,435.
Was it?
$3,435. Okay, whenever you say that, by the way, you want to say the whole thing out. You don't want to be like 34, 35. Makes it sound small. You want to make it sound large. $3,435. Sometimes you can find it on sale for $2,000 to $3,000. So I wrote down $2,000 to $3,000. Cool, and it will have a comparison pricing thing here, right here for you. Okay, and then Andrea, you can continue when you're ready.
There are some major differences between these brands and Cutco. Wusthof has,
Wusthof, yeah, there you go.
Wusthof has mostly straight edges, so they need to be sharpened constantly, which is a hassle. They're not recommended for the dishwasher, and the warranty is on manufacturing defects only. In comparison, Cutco has our unique wedge lock handle, exclusive double D, stay sharp edge, and we have our 4-part forever guarantee, including our free sharpening and 15-day trial.
By the way, the warranty on manufacturer defects, that basically just means like if they sent you the wrong knife or a crooked blade or like basically they sent you a bad product, you can get your money back. Other than that, you can't get any money back for anything ever. Cool. Keep going.
Cutco owners will tell you that it's 10 times better than any knives they've ever used. Just considering the guarantee and unique features, most people would agree that Cutco is at least twice as good as Wusthof. When something offers twice the quality and value and lasts forever, you would expect it to be at least twice the price. At twice the price, you're talking over.
Write down $4,000 for a set of Cutco. So when you say that, right? When you say the prices, what I want you to write down next to that is write down confident/eye contact. Okay. So there are some times where you do want eye contact. Here is one of them. All the other stuff is just informational. This is the first time you're like asking or telling the customer something. So, hey, Miss Jones, at twice the price, you're talking over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. So let me show you what you get. Cool. And then you're gonna flip over.
When do you not want to make eye contact?
No, just in general, you just want to read the manual. Like it's better to read the manual than like try to like make an eye contact without reading it. But there's a couple parts that you do want to make sure you make some eye contact on. That's one of them. So let me show you what you get. Cool. Flip over to page 9. Keep going. And when you say, hey, let me show you what you get, you flip over, walk them through the back to the tools. Cool.
As I said earlier, our Homemaker Plus 8 is our most popular set. It's perfect for families that cook 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay, so let me stop here. Whenever you are showing the sets, okay, do you think you want to make the Homemaker set like the biggest, baddest set ever? No, okay. Because here in general, people usually like, now there's like 1 or 2% of people out there that really just always want the biggest, best thing there is, okay? And those people, I'll show you what to sell them tomorrow, okay? But for most people, they don't want like the most crazy thing possible. So if you make the Homemaker seem like hype it up too much and make it seem like the the biggest set that we have or something like that too, then most customers are like, oh, I don't want that. I want something probably smaller. So you just kind of like, hey, Miss Jones, this is our Homemaker set. It's the most popular set that we have. It's perfect for families that cook 2 to 3 times a week. You have the 10 basic tools I explained earlier, your 8 table knives, a wood block, and a sharpener for your straight edges. We also have the Homemaker set without table knives. And then that says the next line, Miss Jones, right? If you were considering a set of Cutco, Miss Jones, would you get it with or without the table knives? Oh, you're like, oh, with the table knives? All right, cool. So here's the next thing we're going to do, right, is we want to go ahead and write down prices. The reason that we write down prices is because you know, these numbers are hard for you guys to remember, and like you're going through training right now. Imagine like a customer all hearing this for the first time. So a confused mind always says no. So the customer's not clear, they're gonna say no. So it's really important to draw them out and show them visually so that they can like help comprehend that and process the decision. So what you can do at the bottom of page 8 is circle this number right here.
4,000?
Yep. And I would write a number 1 to that, next to that. A number 1. So you say, hey, Miss Jones, you know, at twice the price you'd be talking over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. So the reason I have you write down the number 1 is that's the first number you're going to put down on a sheet of paper. So you always want to have a notebook or paper or something with you while you do this, okay? Say, hey, Miss Jones, you're talking over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. Let me show you what you get. Cool? And then I keep going, blah, blah, blah. Talk about the homemaker set. Miss Jones, if you were considering a set of Cutco, would you prefer the set with the table knives? Okay, you would? All right, awesome, Miss Jones. All right, awesome. Well, the great thing, okay, is that it doesn't cost, right, $4,000. You know, cross that out. Okay, so hey, Miss Jones, on your piece of paper. So hey, Miss Jones, the great thing is that it doesn't cost $4,000. In fact, Miss Jones, it doesn't even cost as much like the Wusthof set earlier, which like on sale is $3,000. Okay. Now let me give you guys the magic here. Okay, right where you say the great thing is that it doesn't cost $4,000. Write the word quite right above that. Okay. So the great thing, Miss Jones, is that it doesn't cost quite $4,000. It doesn't cost quite $4,000, Miss Jones. In fact, it didn't even cost as much as the Wusthof set earlier, which was, you know, about $3,000 on sale. Miss Jones, the Homemaker Plus 8 set is only $1,273. Paid in full, which includes shipping. Now, okay, you heard me correctly, by the way. I said $1,273, right? Yeah, honestly, how do you guys feel about that price? Yeah, it's like we're like giving you away for free. Okay. So let me put this in perspective for you, by the way, right? $1,273, right? But let me put it this way, okay? We are selling the Ferrari of knives, but we're selling it to customers for the price of the Honda Civic. Okay? Here's the key, though. Your customers just need to know that they have like the Ferrari on their hands. Meaning, if I come to you and I'm like, hey, I'll sell you a Honda for the price of that, how do you feel? You're like, no, dude, I'm good, all right? Like, whatever. Or maybe you do. Maybe you make a sale, but probably not, okay? So, yeah, $1,273, okay, what you say paid in full, which includes shipping. But most of our customers, Ms. Jones, just take advantage of our 5-month interest-free investment option, which is only, okay, so I wrote down $1,273. Like Ms. Jones, most of our customers just take advantage of our 5-month interest-free investment option. So it's only $275 today, and that includes tax, right? So the 5-pay is $275. Has anyone ever been to the grocery store with mom or dad? Okay, it's like less than a grocery bill for like a family of 5. Okay. So all right, cool. Let's move on for a second, right? That's, by the way, it's like a weekly or bi-weekly grocery bill. So by the way, the breakdown on this, okay, is about $69 a week, which breaks down to less than $10 a day. Okay, so that's like AAA. Right, so basically everyone in here in the room could afford a homemaker set if you wanted to. Okay, just to give you guys an idea. Everyone here feels a little bit better, by the way. Cool. So you guys excited? Okay. So we're gonna keep going. So Ms. Jones, $275 today, which includes tax. Right. We actually have a bonus too, Ms. Jones, where if you buy the set, I can actually give you a matching kitchen tool set, the Super Shears, or the Entertainer Pack for free. By the way, which one would you prefer? Super Shears? All right, awesome, Ms. Jones. Well, Ms. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you, would you like to try out the homemaker set today and get your free pair of Super Shears? Yeah. Awesome, Ms. Jones. Congratulations. You're going to love your Cutco. Before I write that up, let me go ahead and show you 2 sets that come with the steak knives, okay? So let's debrief that for a second. right where it says, Miss Jones, would you like to, we'll see, first off with a buy now bonus, okay? What I want you to write down next to buy now bonus is write down whisper, okay, or get quiet. So you say, Miss Jones, $275 today, and that includes tax. Now, Miss Jones, we also have a bonus where if you got this set today, I can include like the kitchen tools, the entertainer pack, or the super shears you were like earlier for free. Which one do you like better, by the way? Super shears? Super shears, yeah. All right, cool, Miss Jones. Well, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you this question. Would you like to try out the homework set today and get your free pair of super shears? Okay, here's what you want to write down next to that. Write down smile and head nod. Okay, or draw a smiley face and write head nod. I'm going to explain what this looks like here in a second. So smile and head nod. So try out the homework set today and receive your free pair of super shears. Okay. Guys, by the way, it's very subtle. It's not like a, did you want to try it out today? Huh? Okay. Do not do that. It should just be like a very, like, almost like a subconscious, not like a, right? It's just a very, like, okay. Now, let me clarify for a second, right? When you do it, again, it's mirroring, right? So it's your body language. Like some of you guys won't realize, but like subconsciously, like if you're not confident, you'll do this. You'll go, Ms. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job, and I ask you, would you like to try the homework set today and receive your free pair of super shears? And they're like, they could be ready to buy, and you're like, I don't know. What's wrong with it? Like, you know what I mean? Just based on your body language, okay? So it's important to be confident, slight smile, head nod, all right? Here's what you need to know, okay? The first person to talk here loses, okay? So when customers say yes, generally speaking, it does not go like this. Ms. Jones, would you like to try out the homework today and get your free pair of super shears? Yeah, sure, honey, we'll take it, okay? If it does, okay, immediately what we're going to do is we're going to show them our two of our larger sets. So that does happen sometimes, but then instantly we're going to show people the larger stuff, okay? This is how most customers, generally speaking, will say yes. They'll say something like this. So, Ms. Jones, would you like to try out the homework today and receive your free pair of super shears? Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. It's just, you know, we love your presentation, but I just, you know, it's a lot to spend right now, and you know, the kids are going to school next year. And we do need new knives, though. My husband will kill me. So wait, how much? It's $12.73, and this is the price I would pay today. And wait, so what do I get with that? Get the super shears stuff. Okay. So you guys, how does that work? The payments it's like you guys take Visa and stuff. All right, yeah, we'll try it out. And I guess return if I know anything. Okay, yeah, we'll try it. We'll try it. That's how they say yes. Okay, it's like that long. I'm not joking and exaggerating when I hear when I say that, right? So what happens is a lot of our newer reps, they'll like shoot themselves in the foot before they even give their customer a chance. Like this is what they'll say. Hey, Ms. Jones, would you like to try out homework today and get your free pair of super shears? I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know. Oh no, Ms. Jones. Oh yeah, it's totally cool, Ms. Jones. Yeah, don't even worry about it. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Like they'll like cut them off before they can even tell them an answer, right? So you just finish all that time talking. The customer's gonna say one of two things. They're gonna say yes, or they're gonna say, not really sure, no, here's why, and they'll give you some kind of reason. Okay? So regardless, we're gonna teach you what to do from there tomorrow. But the key is you just want to be quiet, patiently, you know, nod your head and wait for them to give you an answer. Cool. And then you spend the whole time talking. Now it's their time to talk, and you want to do that, like I said, and having that confident head nod and smile is key. Questions on that?
How are we gonna go over the payments tomorrow?
Yeah, we're gonna go over like payments, dropping down. We have a lot of stuff to go tomorrow too. Cool. We won't get through all that stuff today, but this is basically the end of the presentation. Other than dropping down, showing smaller options, we'll show you guys how to do that stuff tomorrow. So let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna go ahead and pair up real quickly. I believe there's an even number in the room, so everyone should just grab one partner. We're not gonna have a lot of time to go through this because we gotta fly through the other stuff. I want to make sure we get all you out of here on time. Okay. So just grab a partner, and you're gonna walk through and role play pages 8 and 9. Just 8 and 9. No other pages right now. Cool. Here's what I want you to do beforehand. Okay, is write down this so you know how this looks. Right. So write this down somewhere in your manual and practice writing down the prices, because that's like the most tricky thing. Is a lot of people get confused or would write it down. So practice that. Okay. So $4,000 is the first number, cross that out. If it helps you on page 9, you can circle the second numbers. In fact, it doesn't even cost as much as Wusoff price of $3,000. So I'd circle that and write number 2 next to that number. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Grab a partner, pair up, go through pages 8 and 9. Try to at least get through it once. You might have time to do more. If you can, keep doing it. But if not, we're going to have to move on to the next section. Cool? Because I'd rather get you guys out of here a little bit early and on time. Cool. Grab a partner.
You do the entire thing or just 8?
Just 8 and 9. Just 8 and 9. One person will be Miss Jones. One person will be You got it?
So this is here. Well, being able to see
No one showed.
We're on. Save you time. You give me?
As I said earlier, our homemaker must be our most popular chef.
Move on. Make sure that they have it. I didn't get that